my name is Ellie, and I'm going into my second year of college at Trinity College Dublin, and I get a lot of questions about university in general, but more specifically when you're going to university in a different country than where you're from, because I'm obviously not Irish. I am originally from America, but I moved to Ireland for college, and that can be a big transition in life, and it's a lot of changes for someone to handle, and so obviously other people that are in that boat have a lot of questions about it. And one of the bigger questions that I get is how to make friends, because obviously if you're moving to a different country or going to college in general, you're probably not going to know a lot of people that are already there because it's a completely new place, and in my case a completely new country. I didn't know anyone who was going to be going to Ireland, let alone my college, so I had to just make all new friends when I got there. Didn't know anyone in the country at all. And so I thought I would make a video about how to make friends when you're going into college. This can apply to all colleges, obviously. Just in my situation, it was a different country, so it was a little bit different. And this is from my personal experience. Obviously, people make friends in different ways, but I'm just sharing my tips and tricks. So the first piece of advice I would give is to try and make as many connections as you can ahead of time. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be best friends with people before you even get there, because your friends are probably going to change very quickly once you get into college. You're just meeting a lot of new people at once, and relationships are going to adjust pretty fast within the first few weeks. But what I did was I found an Instagram page for my college ahead of time, and I saw people were posting on it saying, "Hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm going to be going to such and such school in the fall. I'm studying this. Here's some facts about me." This is a pretty common thing. I'm sure you all know about it. Most schools have like an Instagram page for the incoming freshmen. So I would suggest you look for that. If not, you can always make one yourself, because usually it's not the schools that make it, it's someone who's an incoming freshman makes the page, and then people just DM them. So that's what I used. I found the page, I followed it, sent in my photo and little description so people could find me. I looked through the post, I saw people that maybe had similar interest to me, people that looked interesting, like people that I would want to be friends with, and then you follow them, you can DM them, and don't feel awkward reaching out to people that you've never talked to before, because literally everyone's in the same boat, and people want you to reach out to them. That is usually why they post on the page. They want people to reach out to them, so don't feel awkward doing it. You can just DM them and say like, "Hi, I'm Ellie, and I saw that you're going to Trinity in the fall. I'm also going to Trinity. I saw on your post that you like such and such and such. I also like that." Or you'd be like, "Oh, what are you studying? Like, do you know what accommodation you're gonna live in yet? Like, oh, I'm living there too. What are your hobbies? What else do you like to do? What books are you reading? What shows do you watch?" All that kind of stuff. Just start a conversation. Just get the ball rolling. DM, I would say, like as many people as you can. You don't have to become best friends with all of them. You don't even have to see any of them when you get there. But it's just important that you reach out so you make those connections, so when you do go to school, you'll already know people that are there. And if you see them on campus, you can be like, "Oh, hey, Susie, like, how are you doing?" And you don't have to. I know people that didn't do this at all, and they still made friends. But I like it because it's kind of like a safety net, especially when you get there. If you have DM people that you really like online ahead of time, you can say, "Hey, I'm here, like, are you here also? Yes, we should go out, we should get some coffee, like, we should hang out." And I think the best way for you to do this, if you actually want to make like personal connections with people, like if you start DMing someone and you're like, "Wow, I really like this person, they could be like one of my best friends, like I really like them," start getting into their personal life, if that makes sense. Like the people that I DM'd that I felt the closest with were people that I was telling about what was going on with me right then and there. I would DM this one girl and I'd be like, "Oh, this is the drama that's going on in my life right now. Like, what about you?" And she'd be like, "This is the drama that's going on in my life." And we just acted as if we were already best friends. And it was nicer that way because I actually like made a friendship with her rather than just made an acquaintance. Also, slide up on people's Instagram stories, Snapchat people, comment on their posts. It's gonna be kind of weird, but like a lot of people do it, everyone does it, you're not gonna be the only one doing that. So yeah, that's how you kind of make those connections ahead of time. Also, a good way to find people is to figure out if there's a group chat for incoming freshmen and get in that group chat. You don't have to talk in that group chat. I probably actually would not recommend you talking a lot in that group chat, because the people that talk a lot usually kind of annoy everyone else because they're like, oh, so-and-so's always talking, like blah, 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 blah. Not always, but sometimes. So I would recommend, you say things here and there. People recognize your name, but don't be like annoying about it, because also what we had was a group chat, and then people would send like a Zoom link in it and be like, hey, we're all gonna have a Zoom call on this day. If anyone wants to join, get in that call, say something, make friends, like see who in that call you like their vibe, because that's like a video chat, but it's not as awkward because it's a lot of people. So I would recommend doing that. Also, personally for me, I had a bad experience with Facebook trying to make friends, so I would not recommend doing that. That might just be for my college, but I felt like a lot of the people on Facebook that were doing like the Instagram thing where they post like a photo and stuff about themselves, a lot of those people were older, which is fine. I'm not older though, so if I'm 18, gonna be a freshman, I don't really want to be making friends with 25-year-olds, people going for their masters. Like, personally, not my vibe, and that was kind of the vibe I got on Facebook. It might be different for other people, that was my experience. Also, what I thought was really fun was making like niche Snapchat group chats from like the people you've met or people in the bigger group chat for common interests. So like a bunch of people from the larger Trinity freshman group chat made like a Snapchat group for Taylor Swift fans, and then we would all talk about Taylor Swift in it, and we would all send videos, and like that's how we got a little bit closer in like a smaller, more intimate group, you know what I mean, rather than a group chat of 200 people that are all gonna be freshmen. This is like a group chat of like 20 people that like Taylor Swift. I would recommend doing something like that. I think it's really fun. You could like send in the big group chat, like say something about some interest you like, and then people start piggybacking off of that. You could say, hey, we should make a group chat, send a link for people to join the group chat. Hey, if you want to be in, send me your Snapchat, I'll add you. So I would recommend doing that. I thought it was really fun. So those are kind of the things that I did ahead of time to make friends before I went, because also I knew months in advance where I was going to go to college before I even got there. A lot of Americans make friends this way, but if you're going to a college in a different country, it might be different, and the friends you make ahead of time probably will still be American, and you're going to have to make friends with people from other countries like when you get there generally. Because for me, when I moved to Ireland, the Irish students that are going to be freshmen don't know that they're going to be freshmen until like late August, because they don't know what school they're going to get into until they get their results, which happened in late August. So when I was making friends in like May, none of them were Irish, because none of the Irish kids knew they were going to be going to Trinity. So I would say if you're just making American friends, don't stress about it. You'll make other friends when you get to campus, and it's not something you should worry about. But if you want to make Irish friends, or if you're going to like an English school, English friends, you know, whatever, you could also follow like second years and ask them, look up people in your course from the previous year, follow them, DM them, say, hey, I have some questions about my course. You can make friends that way. They'll probably definitely help you out. I would think most of the time people are pretty friendly about that stuff. But when you actually get to college, this is how I would recommend you make friends. Because once again, it can be awkward, you don't really know anyone, it's hard to just go up and say hi to people, but you just gotta do it. Everyone wants to make friends usually if you're a first year, and it's hard, and if you go up to someone, they're probably gonna be happy that you went up to get them. Not always, but most of the time I would say. So for me, I was living in student accommodation, and I was there earlier than most people, so for the first couple weeks, when I was walking around, just if I saw someone like walking by, I know they're in Trinity because they're at my Trinity accommodation, I would just like wave to them, say hi, be like, hi, and they might be confused, like, hi, and she's like, I'm Ellie, like, nice to meet you, how are you doing? And you'll meet people that way, and you can invite them over. Sometimes I would like be sitting out at one of the benches with a couple of my friends. If I saw someone walking by, I'd like wave to them, and if they wave back and like look friendly, I'd be like, oh, like come over here, come join us. I'm Ellie, this is so-so, this is so-and-so, nice to meet you, what are you studying, where are you from, what are your interests, you know, that kind of stuff. It's just a good way to make friendships in person, just literally waving to people, saying hi. And you probably will get some dirty looks, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I know I got dirty looks from some people when I would wave to them, they'd be like, who are you? It happens, and you just gotta have thick skin. It's fine. Another way to make friends is to join societies or a club. They have at Trinity like a society fair? I forget what it's called, but in one of the first weeks, they have all the societies set up like a booth, and they have a big event, and you go around, you can look at all the clubs and see which ones you want to sign up for, and everyone's there, everyone's looking at clubs they want to sign up for. If you go to a booth and you see someone else trying to sign up, you can be like, hi, I'm Ellie, nice to meet you, you're interested in Film too? Me as well. What kind of film do you like? Make friends that way. Oh, can I grab your Instagram? Can I grab your Snapchat? Reach out to them later. Be like, hey, I want to know if you want to go out and do this. I'm having some people over if you want to come. Invite people places. Don't wait to be invited. Initiate it and invite people to hang out with you. Most of the time, people will like that. Some of the time they won't, and if they don't, they'll say no. Like, it's fine. You'll live. It's not the end of the world. Also, I think a good way to make friends is in your classes, especially the first few weeks. No one really knows anyone, so just when you're going in, sit next to someone new. Sit next to someone you don't know. Be like, hey, there's a seat taken. And sit down, you know. If they seem like they're not in the mood, maybe don't talk to them. But if they're like, oh yeah, like, you can sit there, sure thing. Be like, oh, thanks. Oh, my name's Ellie, by the way. Just make friends that way. Oh, can I grab your Snapchat? Oh, we're in a group chat actually for this course. Like, do you want me to add you to it? Oh, blah, blah, blah. What else do you like? Just make a conversation with people. Be friendly. And then when you see them next time in class, you don't have to sit next to them. But if you see them walking in, you be like, oh, hey, like, how you doing? That kind of thing. Just make connections. And eventually you'll meet people that you really like. You're like, oh, I really want to be friends with you. Invite them somewhere. Invite them somewhere. Tell them to bring some friends. Meet their friends then. Like, use your network to meet new people. It's really not that difficult. You just have to put in the effort of going out there and making friends. If there's like a course night out, or you know a lot of people are going to be going out, go make friends. If you know that there's something going on but you don't know anyone that's going, invite one of your friends to come. Say, hey, I know people are going out. I don't know anyone that's going, but I really want to go meet new people. Can you come with me? And I'm sure your friend will be like, yes, I want to meet new people too. Great. Come on, let's go together. And then if it's lame, you have a friend with you. It's like a safety net. Or if you go by yourself, good for you, that's brave. Freaking get in there, be like, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm in this course, are you too? Oh, nice to meet you. And then when you go out next time, you'll know people that are there because they went out last time. So it's just, you have to put yourself out there and just say hi to people and start a conversation and get their information and then invite them somewhere else. That's kind of it. Make group chats. Find out when there are going to be group get-togethers. All that fun stuff. And I know the first week of Trinity, I'm sure it's like this for many colleges, they have events that the school plans that you can go to. You don't necessarily have to make up some event yourself and invite people. There will be societies that are hosting pub crawls. Again, this is Trinity. It's not going to be like this in America, but I'm sure that there are clubs having parties and stuff, so same situation. There are gonna be events that the school or the clubs plan where people will go. So if you like dance and the dance club, the dance society is having a night out, go. Because the people that are also going also like dance and you're gonna make friends that way. At first, you're not gonna know anyone. It's gonna be awkward wherever you go, probably. But then as soon as you start to establish friendships, it's gonna get less and less awkward because you're gonna start hanging out with the people that you enjoy hanging out with and you know you enjoy hanging out with. So yeah, that is my best advice for when you're going to college or you're moving to a new country and you want to make friends. Those are my tips and tricks on how to meet new people and not be alone and have fun, pretty much. You really just have to put yourself out there. Everyone's in the same boat and it's gonna be awkward. You just have to get over it. It's not the end of the world. That's it. I hope this helped and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!